y'all.
Greetings, blessings of gratitude and love. How are you all doing out there? Welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. And I and this divine sister are your hosts. I'm Lady Jade, your Black Girl Magic.
And I am Gemini, the Hood Oracle.
And we are here to shed some light and wisdom on the world. We like to start off today's episode, as every episode, with pouring libations. For those of you who don't know what libations are, it is paying homage to the ancestors. You take liquid, it could be water, it could be alcohol, it's a liquid, a beverage, and you pour it out, say the ancestor's name, and then say Ashe. Ashe means it's a high honor. It also means it be. All right? All right.
So we start with we giving thanks to our ancestors whose names known and unknown.
Ashe.
Ashe. And then we go into the name calling. I'll start. Delarice Mims.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Carol Aaron Moss.
Ashe. Horace Odell Harrison. Ashe.
James Garfield.
Ashe. Ola Withers. Ashe.
James Williams. Ashe.
Ashe.
William.
We can do this simultaneously.
Yes. William Laws.
Melissa Withers. Ashe.
Ashe. Catherine Laws.
Ashe.
Edith Pemberton.
Dolores Majette. Ashe.
Ashe.
So as we get to the end, we like to be able to be inclusive of all the ancestors. Mm-hmm. And what I usually say is I give thanks to my ancestors, my bloodline, Ashe,
Ashe.
and my love line.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe-o.
Ashe-o!
Okay. So that's libation. And it's imperative that we do pour libation. But even more so, if we can't pour libations, we shall always speak the names of our ancestors.
Yes. Lulu Fresh had a song, and it says, say my name. Speaking to the ancestors, say my name. Say my name. Yes. So the topic of this week's show is mathematics and numbers.
Mathematics
and alphabet.
And alphabet.
Right. So, you want to elaborate?
So the mathematics, math is the universal language. The universe speaks to us in mathematics, and the alphabet, because the letters are energy signatures to convey messages to the universe and to communicate with each other. So math and mathematics, not math, mathematics and alphabet are how we communicate every day and always, always.
Sure. I deal with angel numbers quite frequently in my readings, and those are clear, concise messages from the divine realms. And often whatever the angel number is, that's why I bought the cards, because I found it's an easy way to pull up numbers. Mm-hmm. Instead of just, waiting for it to be divine, we use these as forms of divining, just Absolutely. Like tarot cards. 9 times out of 10, if I do what I'm doing in reading, the angel number will specifically coincide with the tarot cards, the message. So it's just showing you that it's all divine.
It's all divine.
Basically, it's all divine.
And I do a lot with words. I live in the words, the etymology of the words, the energy behind the words, being intentional with our words. That's just something that I'm really, really keen on. I do, I write. I'm a writer. I do journaling. I do spell work. I do creative writing. I do all the things with the pen and paper. So the alphabets, I connect to them like she connects to those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And As with the words being spells, very, that is a divine line as well, and overstanding that because our thoughts become our words and our words become our path, what we speak is very, very important. As they say, the life and death, it lies in the power of the tongue. Right? What'd you say?
I did like this.
Yeah, you did it. You gave him Cali.
Yeah.
Yes, the power of the tongue, and it's very important to know what you're speaking. And as Gemini just said, when we talk about these words, knowing where they come from and what the origin of these words are, because the frequency of the word don't change just because they want you to think it means something different.
That part. It's...
And we will be steady saying something like as slang or as whatever, and it's not.
Talk about it.
It's not what the word is. And so we need to really delve into the frequency of these words based on their origin, based on their etymology. And every word has a numerical frequency. So, words and numbers do coincide.
In the beginning, the letters were numbers. The letters were word frequency. They were sounds. It was breath, and it was the guttural noises, those noises that we just make, and that was the beginning of language. Yeah.
Yes, what are you making today?
I got some bloodstone. I am making a ring. I'm using a bloodstone. Oh, snap. I'm using a bloodstone. And bloodstone is it's a heart chakra stone. It's a fertility stone. But above all that, it's a wellness stone. It helps with our circulatory system. It's also a stone that can be used to cleanse and purify the blood. It's bloodstone has the red, so it correlates with the root chakra. The green, it correlates with the heart chakra. It's the earth stone. There it is. What it say? Tell them what it say. Especially the physical properties, because this is a very physical stone.
So attributes of bloodstone. Its name suggests bloodstone is an excellent blood cleanser and powerful healer. It is believed to have mystical and magical properties, controlling the weather and conferring the ability to banish evil and negativity and to direct spiritual energies. In ancient times, bloodstone was said to have been an audible oracle. We know audible means hearing, so giving off sounds that coincides with what you just said. Oh, look at that. Sounds as a means of guidance. It heightens the intuition and increases creativity. An excellent grounding and protecting stone. Bloodstone keeps out undesirable influences. It stimulates dreaming, and it's a powerful revitalizer. So that's the properties, the actual physical properties of bloodstone. There's healing properties of it as well, which we said it cleanses the bloodstream and immune system.
Yeah, it's really good for the circulatory system.
Yep, and the flow of lymph and the metabolic process revitalizes and re-energizes when body and mind are exhausted, detoxifies the liver, intestines, kidneys, spleen, and bladder. Bloodstones benefit blood-rich organs, regulates and supports blood flow, and aids the circulation. It reduces the formation of pus and neutralizes over-acidification. It is helpful in cases of leukemia as it supports the blood and removes toxins. The ancient Egyptians used it to shrink Tumors.
Absolutely. I was getting ready to, I didn't want to cut your wisdom while you were speaking, but I was going to say how I created a piece for a person that was dealing with some cysts and tumors, and the bloodstone showed and proved the work. And not saying that, we don't want to check in with our medical professionals or whatever, but when I tell you that the Most High got everything we need right here to heal us,
Absolutely.
yeah, bloodstone is one, especially
Mm-hmm.
when you're feeling weak or if you have low iron. This is a good stone to work with, to meditate with, to carry on your person to have.
Um, it also can be used to heal the ancestral line. It cleanses the lower chakras and realigns their energy. So it's kind of like a tune up for your roots, sacral, and solar plexus. Those are lower three. Those lower three chakras are the chakras that people tend to get stuck in.
Yes.
That prevent from elevation and ascension and alignment.
Yes.
Prevent that kundalini. And it starts in the root. So this is a good thing. You can put it in a bowl of water by your bed, and it will ensure peaceful sleep. And as an immune stimulation, um, tape over your thymus, which is a gland.
Mm-hmm.
You tape it over your thymus, it will help your immune system. So, bloodstone is a terrific stone for all of the things that we've named, and that's what Gemini is rapping with. Wire wrapped, copper wrapped dopeness.
Copper wrap dopeness. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Put my phone on D&D.
So, in that energy, we are going to be discussing today the energy of the numbers and letters. So let's just say I'm going to pick a. Let's see what the angels have to say about angel number for us today.
I'm back.
Okay. Now it's so face cards are 10 generally, but and for the sake of the angel numbers, I would really like to just deal with regular numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So pick one from the middle, one of these middle cards. 5,
5,
7,
7,
3.
3.
All right. So when we talk about, and we'll pick some, what you call it, I'll give you some actual facts, but basically we're talking about 573. We start with the energy of 3. 3 is creation, creativity. It's community. 7s have to do with spirituality, and 5s have a lot to do with releasing from combative energy and trauma. So let's look up this angel number 573 and see what's speaking to us in the energy today. 573. Do you have any intuitive energy of what you think we're going to learn about 573?
No, I was gonna speak to the supreme mathematics about the 5, 7, and 3.
Go ahead.
But I wanted to wait until we jumped into the topic since we're working on the mathematics.
Okay.
But 5 is power or refinement. 5 is working on yourself, self-improvement. And 7 is God. 7 is the Most High, like you said. 7 is the spiritual number. And 3 is understanding. Understanding is what we get when we apply knowledge to experience to gain understanding. So knowledge, wisdom, understanding. My bad.
Okay. It says angel number 573 is a message of support and encouragement from the angels and the ascended masters. It supports that the important changes that you have made in your life have put you right on on track in regards to your true life purpose, and you are manifesting abundant supply into your life along the way. It's a message that the angels are completely supporting you, your loved ones, and your life path and purpose. Give any fears, that five, right? Give any fears, concerns, or worries to the angels for healing, and continue on your way. Trust that all you need will manifest into your life as you need it. Sometimes your angels help you by guiding you to a book, program, or website exactly at the perfect time. Use your personal strengths and have the courage to take positive action. Do things your own way according to your soul promptings. Five resonates with major life changes, making positive choices and decisions, promotion and advancement, adaptability, versatility, right? Three adds self-expression, communication, optimism, skills, creativity and talents and gifts, friendliness, sociability, and manifesting and manifestation, right? Mm-hmm. And oh, I missed seven, huh? Seven is did it miss seven? Or am I missing seven? Oh, seven brings the vibrations of evolution, inner knowing. That's that spiritual piece.
Yes.
Inner knowing, inner wisdom, discernment, seeking knowledge, study, education, learning, empathic and psychic abilities, persistence of purpose and determination. So basically, like we stated prior to reading, that 573, it's about, getting on to the next level, releasing from your fears. It's no more looking over your shoulder and wondering what's going to happen when the next shoe is going to drop. Be courageous.
That's right.
Be courageous. Walk in your power and your gifts. And your gifts will make room for you and propel you on to your greatness.
That part.
Yes. Ashe.
Ashe. Oh, and the word. The word. So the word of the day is intention. So intention. We hear a lot about setting intentions and being intentional and just knowing where that word comes from. Knowing that's one of those words that you can use without fear of getting caught up in the spell or the curse. So intention comes from the originally Latin word. The word was intendere, and it means to stretch out, to direct your attention to. And it was picked up by the French and Middle English. Intend, same applies. Direct your energy, or direct something to be in direct alignment with purpose, or having an objective or a plan. And intention. So we want to always be intentional about the words that we use. And over here, where it's all divine, we're going to make sure that you know the word and the root of the word.
And as far as intention goes, that's why we set our intentions with purpose instead of setting goals.
That's right.
And intention, if you fall in alignment with its origin and meaning, its intention seems to have more power than a goal.
Absolutely, it does.
And your intention isn't, something that you think is going to happen. Mm-mm. It's what's going to happen.
It's a plan. It's a course of action.
Mm-hmm. Right, and when you back it with your purpose, it's just destined for greatness.
Yes. So,
absolutely.
As we before we wrap up the word of the day, just want to remind you all to be intentional. Be intentional in how you speak. Be intentional in how you move. Be intentional in all that you do. Do nothing without intention.
And shout out to Solange
Big
knows
shout out.
nothing without intention.
Nothing.
Nothing without intention. And that's facts, you know.
Yes.
We must. Okay. So, do you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Conversation time.
It's time for us to have a conversation.
Yes, it's time for a conversation.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about these mathematics and these alphabets.
Okay, so you have anything to lead us in, or
I got something. I never was like math. I used to say, math isn't my strength. I'm not good at math. Math isn't. But in this journey, I learned that math and mathematics are not one and the same, and the mathematics should be applied to everything. Coming into knowledge of self, one of the first things I learned was supreme mathematics and how to apply that to my journey. So
okay, why don't you tell them about the supreme mathematics for those who don't know? Blessed with the from the nation of gods and earth, giving us the divine supreme mathematics.
Yes.
Do you know the ledge? Come on.
Better than a ledge. So how it goes is 1 is knowledge, 2 is wisdom, 3 is understanding, 4 is culture of freedom, 5 is power of refinement, 6 is equality, 7 is God, 8 is build or destroy, 9 is born, and 10, there's no 10, there is your 1, and the 0 is a cipher, a complete circle, 360. Those are the supreme mathematics, and you would apply them like today. What's today's date?
Today is 4/10.
So today's mathematics would be culture of freedom, knowledge, cipher, all to be born, power or refinement. So that's 4, 1, cipher, and 4 plus 1 we know is 5, and the 0 is 0. And that 5 brings us to power or refinement. Power or refinement is working on self. Either stepping into your power because you have done the work to refine yourself, or looking at the areas where we can seek out improvement. Just like what you said with the angel numbers, that 5 was about what you know and how to apply it. Power or refinement.
That's the proof in 2 different schools of thought. That a frequency is a frequency.
That's right.
Like when we were discussing the goddesses last show, whatever pantheon or place of origin, the goddesses that were on a 6 frequency all revolved around fertility and the water. That was a common thread. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the thing, I feel like that's why the angels use numbers to communicate with us, because words, as we know, words, the meaning can change over time.
Yes.
The number, frequency, and value ain't gonna never change.
That's right.
It's legit solid. It's what they say, set in stone.
Yes.
It's set in numbers.
The math is mathing.
The math is mathing. and you know, maybe the math that they teach us don't always be mathing, but the math is mathing.
The math is mathing.
Yes.
So angel numbers. How'd you get to angel numbers? I know I see angel numbers all the time, and I did not know as much about angel numbers as I learned over time, especially with you and your angel connects. But what brought you to angel numbers?
Them. Like, it's just, again, when a thing is a thing, it is really a thing.
Facts.
And to the fact that my activation crystal is selenite. Selenite is angel or angelic stone. Very strong angelic stone. In fact, selenite being one of the master teachers or master healers of the crystal realm. That and clear quartz, you know. They just started in my reading started giving me numbers. Okay, so I just started researching the numbers, and you know, it was it was crazy, but it was crazy in my novice energy or newness of the thing. But as you deep dive and learn more and become more secure and what your gifts and your purpose are, you'll start to realize that it's all aligned.
It's
So, it's just like, why be surprised if I get activated through something which is an angelic stone? Why wouldn't they start communicating with me how they communicate? I didn't know there was something called angel numbers.
Me either. But I do remember early in my awakening seeing 1111. 1111.
That means awakening.
I was getting ready to say, I think that's like the wake up number. 1111.
And that's like everyone, but when you dive deeper, people think that angel numbers are just these reoccurring numbers, like 333, 222, 111. No. So when you have like 11, 22, 33, those are master numbers. That means the ascended masters are ascended messages, and the ascended masters are the Christ-like energy. We have the energy of people or energies of higher stance, so they say biblically, or Metatron's energy, like divine, the highest of the divine realms. This is or the energies of Melchizedek, the people who've walked on earth but have been like what are the Catholics?
The saints.
Saints. Yeah, but like, so the ascended masters are people who have transcended time and space and really did some real good shit while they were here, and now they're up in the heavens or the ethers, presenting the same energy.
I see my birthday often, and in my
Saw
research
that today.
I learned that birthdays are our own special angel numbers. When we see our birthdays, that's a direct message for us, so it always pays to know what your birthday numbers mean. And mine's mean that I am I'm on the right path. I'm moving in the direction that I'm supposed to be moving in, and I'm divinely supported.
Well, I told you when we got here, I'm like, your birthday and my son carry the same birthday. So we're driving. We got to right past the CVS one. When you come across from Eastern Road to when it turns into Wadsworth. And the car in front of me said 054, and I'm like, I said, look, I'm like, look, what's that? I'm like, two people with that birthday. I'm like, and I read it exactly in that order. That happened to me a few weeks ago, my birthday, right after seeing my mom's birthday. We talked about that, it was 3:30, and then I was like, my mom, and it said 1876. My daughter. so, But there's another way to, correlate the numbers with words, with letters, via the Chaldean method, where every number has a value. Like,
you mean like codes? Remember the code we used to get the
books when we were little?
Yeah, with the ABCs and then like
Correct.
a cryptogram or something.
Or that used to come in. What was that, like Ovaltine?
Yeah.
I was not an Ovaltine kid, but
you had to have
that
ring.
might predate us.
Yeah.
Ovaltine, that's like the 60s, John.
But I remember that.
But I remember it. Yes. So, and that's how it is. So we would go like A would be 1, B would be 2, and it goes all the way up to 9, and then starts all over again. So, and I didn't bring my goddess, the book with the gods and goddesses in it, that has the exact breakdown. But basically, A is 1, B is 2, 3 C, 4 D, 5 E, 6 F, 7 G, 8.
Got it.
Yes. And then once you get to 9, you start back over again with the next letter.
Right.
And all the way up to 9. and it helps you decode the numbers. Your to put a numeric value when you're trying. I did see it's coming off the.
Oh, the amethyst.
Um, helps you to decode the numbers that are necessary for the letters to do your birth, not birth chart, but your core numbers, your
Life path number,
your gifts number, the your gifts number, your life path number, the your just all of the numbers that entail your purpose, and there's some that need your full name, so you would have to convert the letters of your name to numbers and add them up.
You know about the Grabavoid numbers? Grabavoid
No.
numbers? I'm gonna find it. So I had came across this a few months ago. It's an artist that I listen to, Mellow Will. He uses the Grabavoid numbers in some of his songs, but it's codes. So it's like numerical codes to hack the universe. And apparently, give me a second. There we go. Grabavoid codes. These different codes. So you say them. You would say them like you say them in sets of 9. To manifest. No. To do self-love, for more improved self-love, you would say 396815. 396815. And you would say that 9 times. Find some time in your day to apply those numbers. And apparently they help hack the system, because the system is set on codes and number codes. What you call it? Binary.
So binary
code
is Adinkra codes. Binary code is the programming for computers. And since we are the first computers prior to the computers that we utilize in every day, binary code, that system of zeros and ones, how they're formatted or programmed, determine what you get.
Yeah. And the mathematics and how we apply them to our lives definitely help add up how things are going to play out in the long run.
Absolutely. Absolutely indeed.
They lead us on our path.
So, I would just encourage, the viewers to pay attention. Synchronicity is something else. Pay attention to...
I'm listening.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
I put it on D&D. D&D, they still D-ing.
Pay attention to numbers that are repetitive in your life, that you continue to see over and over again. You're driving. That's when I get it a lot, driving the license plates, and you'll start to see it's like a thing. They'll be like the same numbers over and over again.
Legit happens all the time. I see reoccurring numbers, but I also, in the back of my mind, I have to keep myself cognizant of not to let the numbers take you off. You seen that Jim Carrey movie, Numbers? So Jim Carrey, he starts seeing these numbers and he starts working with math or whatever. And by the end of the movie, his whole house is covered in numbers, and he is like numbers.
Kind of like a beautiful mind. When you
very hectic.
Right, there's a thin line between mental.
It is. I said it's between spirituality and a mental health disorder.
Yes. You have to take your own shit into your own hands and be mindful of, have like a rubber band to pop yourself, like when you feel like it, because sometimes I feel like, oh, now you're just getting crazy. Stop it. Turn it off. Turn it off, because it's like, come on, because it will take you down. You can jump into these rabbit holes.
Yes.
Where you go past, like I said last time, you past Wonderland. You somewhere way else. Somewhere there's like
Numberland.
Where the
Because we're inundated with numbers anyway. What you said, license plates, addresses, phone numbers, how we measure
birthdays,
things, yes,
everything.
calendars, numbers everywhere.
Yeah.
So know when a sign is a sign.
Right.
Know when a sign is a sign by the way that your body responds to it, the way that your mind responds to it, the way that you feel when respond, the way that you feel when you see these numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get overwhelmed.
Okay. So, do you have a favorite number?
I do. 13. Big 13.
Do you have a number that you feel, aside from your birthday and aside from 13, a number that you feel is like your number?
9.
Okay.
9 is my number.
Okay.
9 is my life path number too. But
Yeah.
9 is my number. Yeah.
So I'm a 5 life path, but 33 and 66, those are my numbers, and also the number 80.
The number when I know that the universe is speaking directly to me, like when I know I'm in alignment or out of alignment, it's a yes or a no. It's 222. I get those twos. I either get a 22 or a 222, and that's a yes or a no. And it's just that simple. 2 twos is a no. 3 twos is a yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. Your intuition can allow you to correlate. Like, for example, I use like my wands sometimes to be divinators,
Mm-hmm.
but you can as well use your intuition and yourself to
You want water?
do. There was no in the chat. I don't know what it was. Something. Use what, like you just said. If you see a variation on one number, like there's 222, and you say 21 is one yes and 1 is no.
Mm-hmm.
Test the system. And I mean, if Spirit gives you that, or Prime Source Creator gives you that as a divining tool, test it, and if it works, hold that as true.
That's right.
Shout out to and ashe to the ancestor. Dr. Delbert Blair,
Yes.
for me, put everything into perspective when it came to all of the stuff, the aliens, the religious versus the spiritual, and the origin, the divine goddess of the universe is. Dr. Blair was that work.
Yes.
And if you are not familiar with Dr. Dub, I love Bobby Hemmett, right?
Yes.
Like shout out to the master
They
teachers.
are master teachers.
They are master teachers. Some
And as they go on, they become our ascended masters.
ascended masters, yes. But that, if it's not real until it's real to you, period.
That's it.
And it's like, it don't matter what everybody else thinks. It don't matter what anybody else can tell you. What's your real? How do you feel about that? That's
Right.
one of my things. Like, somebody could tell you something until you and them turn purple and damn near choke and stop breathing. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Until you can internalize it as your truth, shit don't matter.
Thanks.
And guess what? You do not have to take nobody else's truth as your own.
Thanks.
So, how you feel about that? And go with it. And know it. We in the age of Aquarius,
Yes,
which
we
is
are.
the what?
We are
In the
know.
knowing.
You better know. It's not but so in the knowing, right? It's not what you know, it's what you don't know as you acquire, and what you said, you test that out by you ask your spirit guides, you ask your soul guides, you ask your ancestors to show you what it is that you need to know. I got a prayer where I ask to know what I need to know when I need to know it, so I don't become overwhelmed with all the things I desire to know.
Can I give a hack to that? You know me, I say, let it be revealed.
Let it be revealed.
Period. Like you
And that's a rapid firework.
Don't work like this.
Yes.
Real quick, like, say you're looking for your keys. You will sit there for 30 minutes searching every pocketbook, every jacket. Then check yourself. Don't stop. Write what you're doing. Don't look another place. Speak it. Let it be revealed. And then go on about the next thing you're about to do to get ready for wherever you're about to go. you will walk right into them keys.
That's big facts.
Walk right into them
That's big
keys.
facts. Let it be revealed.
But that works with everything. It's not just for lost items. It's for unknown information. You think you feel somebody in your life is shady? Might hurt your feelings because you feeling the type because you don't want them to be shady. Let it be revealed. The universe is going to reveal it. And it might not be what you want to hear, but guess what? It's what you need. And you called on the energy. And you activated it by saying, let it be revealed. So let it be revealed is one of them universal word hacks that it just makes it, it's like pop.
That's it.
Let it be revealed.
Show it and show it and show it.
Yes, yes.
The another way that I use the mathematics and the alphabet together is sigils.
Yeah.
So I use that. I didn't know it had what you call it, the Chaldean method. The Chaldean method, along with the 1 through 9, and then to put the letters in different places and draw the lines to attach to create a sigil for whatever it is that I'm trying to bring into fruition, or protect, or cover, or whatever it is I'm calling the energy I'm calling that.
Yeah, and with the sigil energy, it doesn't have to be. Some people just think they have to take other people's sigils. Create your own.
Yeah, create your own.
Create your
everything.
own sigils, and it's often like we just said. Shout out to Dr. Blair. It's not real until you believe it. So. And speaking with our word of the day is intention. Once you set the intention on something, when you create this sigil, and as you're sitting there filled with the intention that this sigil means abundance, overflow and abundance. So as you're sitting there drawing this sigil pertaining to the overflow of abundance in your life, you are bringing forth your intentions. You're setting them and bringing them forth, because we know the power of the pen is mightier than the sword as well. Right. So, and
that word, the energy, the energy,
and we know, like Habakkuk 2:3 says, take the vision, write it plain upon tables, so that those who read it will take it and run. Although it has tarried, it will surely no longer tarry, because you believe with a faithful heart. Period. So this is all the things that coincides.
Talk that biblical shit. I like that.
But see, the Bible is a spell book.
Absolutely, it
is. And what people misinterpret about it, and the Bible was also taken.
And it tells you in the beginning was the word.
And it's taken from them.
Bam.
So to bring this thing, because we are close to wrapping up, right?
Yeah, we are.
So to bring this thing full circle, right? The symbols. I was watching something the other day, yesterday, in fact, and they were breaking down the secrets of the Vatican. Well, they were saying some truths I heard about what the Vatican means, and They were talking about the catacombs, but the only thing, and they were talking about that they believe where they are, the amphitheater of the oracles. But the only thing they left out that didn't satisfy my spirit was who was for.
Exactly.
Whose bones were in those catacombs?
That's right.
Whose words did they take
to
fill the Bible? They had all these missing books of the Bible, not telling you that these were the divine verses of the fates, of the sisters, of the oracles that were stationed worldwide, principalities of melanated ancestry, right? Let's be clear.
Yes.
These divine sisters that were the fates, were the prophetesses, were the oracles. You can whitewash a thing. You can, the Greeks love doing that to us, right? But you can attempt to do whatever you want, but truth is truth. And the Vatican is one of the prime the prime predators of what is our hidden
yeah.
truth and our hidden.
Major theft. You
Mhm.
know, underground they have libraries. They have tunnels full of information and text that they have told us that was burned. It was burned at a war. They destroyed this and they tore down that. The libraries, what was it, Egypt and Alexandria and all of those. No. They held fast to that information, and they took a lot of that information from divine feminines from and throughout antiquity.
Yes. So so a lot of what we will be discussing throughout the rest of the time that we are doing this podcast is the prophetesses of Mami Wata and the theft of African prophecy by the Catholic Church.
Yes.
You see that mermaid sitting up there? You know, the divine waters.
Yes.
Do you have anything out of the book that you think you would like to share with them
I was
today?
going to say, are we going to read them a little something today?
It's your turn to do the reading aloud, my dear.
I'm going to go on page 7, right here, page 7, in the Sibyls, the first prophetesses of Mami Wata. At the bottom where it says gender of God, originally feminine. The gender of God was later changed from feminine to masculine. Originally, within each prophetic verse, it is claimed the Sibyls made praises to Mami as Our Lady and proclaimed that she was greater than any other god in the world. The Roman senator Cicero writes that the last
Cicero. I'm sorry. Remember that from the Wiz?
Yes.
All right, back to the regular schedule program.
Cicero, the orator, writes that the last 3 books of the Sibyl Hierophile were deliberately burned in a fire by the Roman governor, Stilicon the tyrant. Stilicon was eternally hated by all of Rome for his sacrilegious act, which prompted a universal reaction from poets, scholars, and musicians alike. So worshipped was the Sibyl of Cumia that she was immortalized by all of Rome in one of her appellations, Europa, for which Europe is allegedly named.
And you know who Europa is, right?
Europa.
The lady that we see for what was it's a movie house.
That lady with the torches.
And the Statue of Liberty.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And to see the funny what we don't know. Well, some people don't know, but some people do. She really, they made her more Anglican looking because when the French originally gave the Statue of Liberty,
absolutely, it was
the one in France,
melanated goddess.
Look, you could tell the nose, and in fact, it looked like where's she at? One of these Sibyls. Right, she had one of the face. She had a face of the Sibyls. With that, you could tell from the nose and this right here, her, this lady.
Yes.
This is
that's exactly the face. I've seen that. The
I don't know, you all can't see it, but that's the face of the Europa. And it says African Sibyl. You see that braid around her hair and everything? You know,
that's
so
how I had my hair yesterday.
Okay, Sybil.
So but just that, always remember that before there was black and white, there was melanated beings that were on each and every piece of land that covers the earth. Like, we've been here, we still here, and we're always going to be here.
Yeah.
I would say to you all to start doing the deep dives, dig into antiquity, do some research, see not only where you come from, see where your ancestors come from and their ancestors come from. Tap into the ancients because they got it for us, and they want to unlock these divine memories in our DNA. That's where I'm at. Ashe. You got anything for the people before we get into our wild out and our woosah? Are you ready to wild out?
No, I was sitting here thinking, I'm looking there, I see your trees, and that brought me to another, synchronicity with the Sibyls about, the the artwork and everything, the synchronicities, like your trees and how we were drawing the same pictures, and those things are pretty divine. That it's amazing that it's not just one path that you can link this information to. So again, trust. If it's real to you, then know it's real.
That's it.
If it's real to you, know it's real.
If it's real to you, then it's real.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You got anything? Do we got a Woman Crush Wednesday today?
We can.
Who is your Woman Crush Wednesday today? Who we got?
Can it be a spiritual entity, or does it have to be a real entity?
You choose.
I want to shout out to Yemaya, the mother of all humanity.
Big Mama.
Big Mama, we're talking the blue energy of blue, we're talking the energy of the ocean, we're salt water, we're talking the Divine Mother.
Yes.
Divine Mother that correlates with the symbols.
Yes.
Yes, and she's Yemaya is the patriot of Puerto Rico, isn't she? The patriot goddess.
Is she the goddess of Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I believe so.
I can see that they have that beautiful water. You know I know.
And it's blue. Blue.
It's very blue. And it'll pull you in.
She likes when you're giving her when you're going to pay homage to her, she loves white roses, right? White flowers, seashells, yes.
Things that are blue in hue, jewelry,
yes,
sparkly things, and that divine 9, them 9 silver coins, the cowrie shells, which are seashells that were once upon a time worldwide currency.
Yeah.
Cowrie shell was the currency for the world.
That part.
Until very recently. Like early 1900s, late 1800s. Who knew that? I just learned that.
Listen, and when you're looking at your version of the tree of life, right? If you resonate with that, with the one that has 5 limbs, that resonates with the Yemaya energy.
Okay. You know that teach and preach. So today's Woman Crush Wednesday. You say Yemaya, say Yemaya. Same difference.
Yemoja.
Emoja. Yes. Yemoja. They say it.
Yes. So do you have a thing that you want to woosah about this week?
No, you can woosah. I want to wild out.
Okay.
I got to wild out. You got to wild out? I feel like you might got to wild out too.
The wild out. You want to wild out first?
Yeah, let me just wild out.
Okay.
Let me just speak to the mothers. We're not loving these babies right, and I'm about to wild out. I'm about to flip my freaking wig about the need for us to be honest with our young people, about the need for us to teach our young people where they come from. We can't depend on these school systems to educate our babies. We can't depend on these school systems to enlighten our children. That's our job. And if y'all don't get it together, I'm going to tell Big Mama, and then you're going to know.
I'm going to piggyback off you on that wild out. So I'm going to wild out the school systems because, let me tell you, and this is, I was an educator in various capacities, but in these schools since 1998, right? No longer, well, yes, longer, but in a whole different capacity. Because I don't believe our babies have any place now in my knowing and my elevation.
Yeah, they have no business.
No place in these public domain schools who are, all of it's for profit, and the profit is take a real, there is something to overstand when they say the architecture of a school is very similar to the architecture of a prison.
Very much the same.
And once they started, thank you to Baby Bush.
No Child Left Behind.
No Child Left Behind. Honey, child. That's all they want to do is put them behind. And when it comes down to that part, pay the fuck attention. Excuse me. So anytime back in the day, it used to be that schools received their money based on the property tax of the neighborhood that the school was in. So, I mean, we were at people.
It's still some places that do that.
It was a disadvantage then.
Mm-hmm.
But now, it is based on the AYP. Mm-hmm. It is based on these standardized tests. Mm-hmm. So, if you are in a school that are meeting your AYP or going above your AYP, the more money you get. Mm-hmm. If you are not meeting your AYP or you are below it, so sorry for you. So what does that tell you? There's still a disadvantage. So if you think your children, especially, man, if you're in, let's not even talk about how most of the public schools in most of the major metropolises had been closed down when they started gentrifying all of these places. So now you have big business charter schools coming in, taking the helm. The city most cities give zero fucks about what's going on in these schools. And I feel like a lot of the boards of education are a joke. Just like the Department of Education ain't got shit to do with what happens. The Department of Education in Washington ain't got shit to do with what happens in public schools or parochial schools or charter schools in Philadelphia, in New York, in Baltimore, in Miami. Mm-hmm. None of it. So that is cognitive dissonance.
I knew you wanted to wild out, but go on.
Cognitive. When you started talking about that, it just triggered something.
Because we can't trust those outsiders to give our babies what they need.
Not a damn thing.
We cannot. Not only they not just misleading our babies,
all
they're misleading all the babies.
All the babies.
But your babies should be your priority when it comes to what is put up in here and what is put in here. The morals and the values and the self-awareness and the knowledge of self is lacking, and we have to do better.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, like this shit, I feel like we really need to be working on community collectives to take the helms of doing homeschooling modules or tens places that we can bring our babies as a collective, and we. As the parents and the community members going in, it takes nothing to pull your child out of the system and homeschool them. As long as you meet certain aspects as far as what the curriculum is for their grade level, you can. The rest is, up to you. And do you really want your children learning what they're putting down? I would say not being there, done that. We're both still in these schools on a daily basis, but
it's heartbreaking.
It is. But I couldn't do it anymore as a classroom teacher, realizing that, like, whether they can read or not, they're gonna pass them along.
Yeah, they're gonna go.
Why do I taught middle school for over 15 years. Why it started getting so horrible. Each year I was getting children that couldn't read.
That couldn't write. That didn't understand. Yep. It's so much of that.
It's bad enough y'all took phonics out. Y'all took all these things that will make the basic skills able to be done.
Yes.
And then we're not doing cursive. We're not doing this. You can't even sign your effing name to a piece of paper. Sign an X. What now? What are you talking to me about?
Cursive, yeah, they don't want it.
So, the fact of the matter is, I'm wilding out these districts, these schools that are passing, basically
just
mental stagnation, or passing that as education. It's not. They're not educating your children. They are not educating your children to anything that is necessary. And plus, we're in the times of our children needing to know what's real. They're not teaching them things that really help them. Herbalism, gardening, how to plant, how to work with these stones, how to, tap into their inner gifts and their higher self.
Which is why I'm wilding out the parents. Because we got to step in. We got to do, at the very least, we got to make sure that they unlearn and relearn. That's our role. They if they have to go to school, that's fine. Put them in the school. They doing what they got to do. You doing what you got to do. But when they get home,
you got to
they
give
get
them some supplemental. You got to give them some supplemental shit.
Got to.
Because what they're learning to do, and plus, everything is done on technology. It's seldom that they're writing anything. Yeah. If there's a whole lot of steps that are being missed. And we're supposed to be have hit a time and place that they're gaining more information than we did.
Yeah, they got all the information at their fingertips, but they don't
know
what to do with it.
For nut ass shit. Sorry.
Teach them how to apply it. So we're gonna woosah.
Okay. Right. That triggered me, But yeah. That's a trigger because as an educator who really cared about the children and cares about what happens to these babies,
yeah,
that's who you want educating your children. And let's be clear, this is still the majority of the educators, and the lack of male representation as educators, especially male educators. That people, our babies need to see people that look like them and the people and their families to really have the connection.
We're going woosah. We're going deep breath in. What's your woosah for the week?
Woosah for the week is just letting go. Letting go. And letting go of all the things that are no longer serving me. And understanding that just for a brief moment, this thing will last, whatever the thing is. And the quicker that we know that it's just this is a brief thing, wrap your head around it, feel how it's making you feel, and let it go. And then on to the next moment of elevation. What's your woosah?
My woosah is remembering the sacred rest. This week, my body has been telling me to rest, and I have been honoring that, and I suggest we all do that. Rest is sacred. Once upon a time, we couldn't rest. Once upon a time, we weren't allowed to do anything except for grind it out. Work. Sometimes for working for free, working for room and board, working just to make it, being in survival mode, struggling and stressing and strifing, put it hanging in the child line. So when the body say rest, honor that, because that's what I've been doing. That's my woosah.
Okay.
I think this was an outstanding episode.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next Wednesday. Blessings of love, light, love and dark, and just may your wildest wishes and dreams manifest into fruition. Ashe.